I'm not a seasonal like romance reader, but a seasonal murder reader, that I can be. Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we are doing the Tackle Your TBR Readathon announcement. Now this readathon is a bi-monthly readathon and it takes place over 24 hours. However, it is the most laid back readathon ever, so if you can't do it over 24 hours you don't have to. You can turn it into a different day of the week if that works for you, across a whole week, a whole month, whatever works for you. The purpose of this readathon is just to remind us all to take a day to rest and relax, and we may as well tackle our TBRs while we're at it. That's it. That's the sole purpose of this readathon. Now for December, this readathon is going to be taking place on the 23rd of December, so Christmas Eve. I'm really pleased with that because I generally find that Christmas is a really busy time for me, so having a day just before it all to rest and relax is going to be great. I'm really excited for it. I do have a Discord if you would like to join in and get live updates of what I'm reading at the time. We also have lots of other people that join in, say the different things that they're going to be reading. Again, some people do this across the month, some people do it on a different day, but it's really nice just to have a place that we can all chat and talk about the different books that we're reading. So I'll have that linked below if you'd like to take part. I have also got the graphic for the Tackle Your TBR readathon. This is also in the Discord as well as on my Instagram stories if you would like to use it. You don't have to, no pressure, but it's just if you would like to. As you can see, there are 4 prompts. Now these 4 prompts do not change month to month, bi-monthly to bi-monthly. They don't change. It's just simple little prompts to help you get through some of those books on your TBR, but combine them if you want to, use them in any which way, or don't use them and just still take a day to relax and read the book that you're currently reading. Like whatever you want. That's the point of this, is just do what you want. Just remember to take a bit of time for yourself. That's something I desperately needed. Before I started doing these bi-monthly readathons, I was getting really burnt out, and I initially started these as just for myself, and then there was a lot of interest, so we turned it into an actual open readathon, because I think everyone needs that reminder to just take time for you, and that's absolutely okay. Like, you should take some time to relax and have a little bit of time for yourself. I need that reminder. These readathons are that reminder for me, and hopefully you can relax to them as well. But I think that's all the intro housekeeping bits and bobs out the way, so let's get into the 4 prompts and what I plan on reading for them. Okay, so as it is taking place over Christmas, I really wanted to do this slightly more Christmas themed. So the first prompt is read a book on your TBR, and for that I am going with Hercule Poirot's Christmas. I'm really excited to read this one. So this is an Agatha Christie book. I haven't read a book from Hercule as our main character, so I'm really intrigued to see which one I get on with. Over in the Discord, in the month of November, we actually have a book club pick for the month. We do a book club pick every single month, and for November it's actually The Body in the Library, which is a Miss Marple book, and lots of people who have read Miss Marple and Hercule actually say they prefer Hercule. So I'm really intrigued to see what I prefer, because I've only read Miss Marple book. I'm looking forward to it. I just think it's going to be really good. I think this is going to be a really nice book to read on Christmas Eve as well, so this is definitely the main priority. I do have other books for the other prompt, but this is the priority one that I want to get to, and it just says, "'Tis the season for murder." For me, yes, I love that. I'm not a seasonal like romance reader, but a seasonal murder reader, that I can be. And it's Christmas Eve, and the Lee family reunion is shattered by a deafening crash of furniture and a blood-curdling scream. Upstairs, the tyrannical Simeon Lee lies dead in a pool of blood, his throat slashed. It sounds so fun, and I love the fact that this has taken place on Christmas Eve, so I think this is going to be lots of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. This one is 267 pages long. It is quite decent writing. Like, I find these books really easy to read, so we're definitely going to be reading this one. Very excited for it. I'm so excited. I bought this book specifically for this, and I think it's going to be a grand old time. The second book is Continue a Series, and for this I'm going with a little novella. I don't own it yet because it isn't actually published on the time that I'm filming this. Actually, I think even by the time this video goes live, it's not published yet. And that is The Narrow Road Between Desires by Patrick Rothfuss. This is a small novella that's actually an expansion from a short story that he wrote as part of a fantasy collection. It's a spin-off from, well, it's not so much a spin-off, it's more of a look at the side characters from his Name of the Wind series. So he's done one of these books already before. I absolutely loved it, which was The Slow Regard of Silent Things, and that followed a side character in The Name of the Wind, and I just think it was absolutely beautiful. We also have illustrations throughout this, so I think it's great, and I do believe The Narrow Road Between Desires is going to be the same thing but just following a different character. Really looking forward to it. It was in my anticipated releases video, like I really want to read it, and also because I assume it's just going to be a short book, so probably about 100-ish pages, it will be an easy one to fit in and to break up the murder mystery book. That's what I'm thinking. So that's the second one. Also, for the continuous series, if you are not someone that reads a series, you don't have to find a series to continue. You can just continue a book that you've already started or something like that. Like I say, use these how you will. The third one is read a book you keep putting off, and this one I have kind of stretched a little bit because I'm going for a short story from Charles Dickens' Christmas books. So I've been slowly reading my way through these. The plan that I had for this collection is that I have been reading one short story from here a year, and it's always around Christmas time. So I've read A Christmas Carol, The Chimes I read last year, Christmas Carol the year before that, and this year it is The Cricket on the Hearth, and we have 2 more after that to read. I just love this. So it is a book I put off because I only read from it once a year. I really like the Christmas tales. I think it's just really nice and cozy. Normally I read this on Christmas Eve, and I read it of an evening on Christmas Eve. I'm actually quite pleased to put it into this readathon day to read it on Christmas Eve because again, like I say, Christmas is actually a busy time. Hopefully I get to this one, but if I don't, it's not too bad because I will read it on Christmas Eve regardless. But I don't know, I love a classic story at Christmas time, and these are short stories. Let me see, how many pages is this one? So The Cricket on the Hearth is 90 pages. They're all about 90 pages, to be fair. So yes, that's another one that I will be reading. I really enjoy it. Obviously, Charles Dickens is most famous out of his Christmas books for A Christmas Carol. I didn't even realise he had done more. So when I found this in a charity shop, I knew immediately that my plan for this was going to be slowly reading it every year. And then the final book, technically yes, but the final prompt, read a short book, which to be fair, the Christmas books would work for that. I also really wanted to read Complete Fairy Stories of Oscar Wilde. Again, I don't know if I'm going to read the whole book, but I do plan on at least reading 1 or 2 from here. So this we have, how many do we have? We have 10 short stories in here, starting with The Happy Prince. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a lovely little collection, and there's also illustrations throughout this one. And I don't know, I think it's going to be lovely. I really like Oscar Wilde's writing. Finding out that he did fairy tales was just lovely. So when I saw this collection, I had to have it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I'm not sure how many of these I will read, but I will definitely read at least one. The first one is only 15 pages long, so I'll probably get a couple read because that is lovely. And I think actually that would be a really nice way to start off the readathon. Normally when I have a short story collection on a readathon, I like to start off reading one, and then I'll read another book, so then I'll probably read a bit more of this, and then once I get maybe like 50 or 60 pages into this, I'll probably go back, break it up a bit and read this. As much as I am a person that can binge read a book all in one day, I do like to break it up. Normally I break up my reading with manga, but this month, because I really want it like Christmas themed, we do have 2 Christmas themed books. Fairy tales I just think work for Christmas. I don't know, there's something about fairy tales and Christmas that really go together in my mind. And then The Narrow Road Between Desires doesn't really work for Christmas, but I feel like it'll be a nice read anyway. But yeah, so this is the 3 books plus The Narrow Road Between Desires. Once I get it, I'm going to be reading. In all honesty, it's these 3 that are the main priority for me, although like I say, it's going to be Hercule, so probably on the day just be flitting between these 2, and then if we have enough time we'll squeeze in the other books. We'll see how it goes. I do sleep during these. I cannot do a 24-hour readathon and not sleep. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to be cranky and horrible. It won't be enjoyable. So as much as this does take place over 24 hours, so just one day, it's one day with sleep, just putting it out there. But that's everything. That is all the update, all the prompts, everything. Pretty sure these announcement videos are always really quick. I hope you enjoy it. Even if you decide not to take part in the readathon, I hope you have a really good Christmas regardless and manage to take a little bit of time for you to just rest over this, what can end up being quite a busy period. Thank you so much. Please let me know if you are taking part, what's a book that you think you're going to try and read for it, and yeah, Let me know if you've read any of these as well and what you thought of them. But that will be it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I think if we made it this far, then let's leave. Is there a Christmas pudding emoji? I feel like there should be a Christmas pudding. No, there's not. Okay, we'll just put a Christmas tree or anything really to do with Christmas. We'll do that because this is taking place on Christmas Eve, which is going to be really good. I really like that. I'm pleased that it's landed like that. Right, okay. That is everything. So like I say, leave a Christmas emoji in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it that thumbs up, subscribe and comment. Those 3 things really help this channel grow. My social media links and anyone I've mentioned will be linked below. And I will of course catch you in the next video.